Hey, what's up guys? Today I got a question for you. How much should a game punish you for dying? It sounds like a simple question, but before we answer that, I want to take you through some of my favorite gaming experiences, the value of staying alive, the punishment for dying, and how those things change the game's feel, and ultimately if Diablo IV Hardcore is for you. I want to start off with an example from the first MMORPG I ever played. RuneScape Classic. Back then it was just called RuneScape. It came out in 2001 and placed players into a large open world where they could set out on adventures and play with friends. As they explored the world and progressed in the game, they were able to find weapons and armor. A lot of those pieces can either be looted off of monsters or they were crafted by the players with high enough blacksmithing or whatever skill. Even though weapons and armor are readily available, RuneScape is incredibly punishing when the player dies, dropping everything in the inventory except the 3 most valuable items. New players find out real quick that dying is not something they want to do. Now let's take it back to the question I asked at the beginning. How much should a game punish you for dying? With RuneScape, for the most part, anything you lost could be easily regained with a little more time playing. Dying doesn't force you to make a new character, and players get to keep their experience and levels. The only thing the player loses for dying is the stuff they had on them when they died. Their armor, food, weapons, stuff like that. It's safe to say that most people who played RuneScape were super unhappy about losing their items on death. There was a slow push to change the game mechanics, and ultimately, the developers made the change, making dying way less punishing and allowing players to keep their gear a lot easier when they die. I want to change focus a bit and compare some of the game modes you'll find in most modern online shooters. Usually, they fall into 2 categories: unlimited respawn style games or single life focused game modes. Unlimited respawn style game modes usually have 2 teams squaring off against each other over and over until some limit is reached, either a kill limit or a score limit. Some of the highlights of this style is that there's less downtime. The players get to go right back into the action after they die. Sometimes there's a little death timer or there's a little bit of downtime as they run back to the fight. On the other hand, we have single life game modes. Sometimes it's a round-based game mode where you have a single life and you have to fight through a number of rounds to complete the game. One of my favorite examples of this type of game mode is SOCOM 2. SOCOM 2's online matches would play out like Counter-Strike or Valorant, putting a squad of Navy SEALs up against a squad of terrorists. The first team to win 6 rounds won the game. Each round you spawned in with 1 life, so everyone would all have their mics plugged in and try to maximize every life, because if you died early or died without getting a call out, it'd make the game really hard for your team. And since the game makes you watch your squads fight until the rounds are over, it gives you a little bit of time to chill and think about how to be better for your squad on the next round. Okay, never heard of SOCOM? Whatever. I know you've heard of Fortnite. And Fortnite, along with plenty of other games, has a super popular Battle Royale game mode, where 100 plus players drop onto the map with 1 life, and they fight to be the last one standing. And if they die early, that's it. They gotta join into another one or watch their squad till it's over. Because you only have 1 life, it gives the game a real sense of accomplishment when you win, knowing you're really the last one standing. Alright, let's get back to Diablo. In the regular Diablo mode, if you die or get disconnected, or a mob approaches you that's way too strong and one-shots you, you die, but respawning is super easy. It's at the click of a button. Your gear does receive a little bit of damage, but for the most part, you're able to get right back into the fight. You're not going to lose that character or anything like that. Alright, so what is Hardcore Diablo then? In Hardcore Diablo, you only get 1 life. In a lot of ways, it's like RuneScape, but if you die on that character, they're gone, permanently dead, and you won't be able to play them again. But like in RuneScape, players do get to keep some things. They get to keep all their gold, they get to keep all the things they've collected, things they've managed to put in the stash, and all the levels they get over the level cap. Alright, so let's get back to the question I asked at the beginning one more time. Let's reword it just a bit. How punishing do you want the game to be? If you think the game should be more like classic RuneScape, SOCOM, Battle Royale style game modes, rewarding you with a victory for staying alive and permanent repercussions for dying, or would you prefer the game to be less punishing, giving you a more relaxed experience, allowing you to keep playing even when you die? Games like the new RuneScape or most of these team deathmatch style game modes, just grinding until the game's maxed out. For me, I'm going to be playing hardcore. It's how I like to play the game. The risk of losing everything keeps me up on my toes. I'm not discouraged when people say things like, what if I get disconnected, or what if that mob runs up on me, I get 1 shot? I feel like that's pretty realistic. I rationalize it by telling myself anyone can die at any time. Like, you can get hit by a meteor or have an aneurysm. And so, like, my character in Diablo is no different. Alright, that was a little long, but let's finish this up one more time with asking, how much should a game punish you for dying? I would love to hear what you have to say. Leave it down in the comments, and please like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. Peace.